Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Jess of Crack Creations and Happy New Year. As of recording, today is January 1st. So I hope that you all had a good Christmas. I hope you all had a good New Year and I hope you are all recovering. I am tired. I don't know about you. But I caught myself. I was speaking with a friend the other day and they said, "How are you doing?" And you know, the typical, "I'm ready for the year to be over." But then I realized that just means it's all going to start all over again. So no rest for the wicked. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. So I don't know how long this video is going to be because we're just going to sit here and chat and just talk about 2025, how that all went down. And then the plans for 2026. I am back in my Christmas sweater. Even though it's January 1st, I just celebrated Christmas with my family. My brother-in-law is an only child, so his parents claim him and my sister for Christmas, which is okay because we get them for every other holiday. But that just means we get to celebrate Christmas a little later. So that's what we did today. Now, 2025. I looked in my reports and it looks like I only did 9 shows last year, which seems, I can't believe I'm saying last year already. It was just yesterday. It seemed like I did more. But the reports said I only did 9 and they all kind of sucked. If you want full recaps of all those shows, you can check out my podcast that I host with my crochet bestie, Yellow of the Egg Designs. You can find us on YouTube here at Crack the Egg and also on Spotify. So if you want the full recaps, you can check them out. But as a whole, the year kind of sucked. Every single show, with the exception of the very last show, didn't come close to previous year's numbers. And even 2024 was rough. 2024 was down from 2023. So for 2025 to be down from 2024, it was just very disheartening and just like really kicked you in the pants. It was a bummer. I didn't know what I was doing, if it was me, if it was just the state of the world. I don't know, but I'm not going to hold on to that going into this year's shows. I am only going to do, at the moment, 6 shows. I only have 4 scheduled, but 2 that I do regularly, their applications just aren't posted yet, but I will be receiving the returning vendor application and putting them in. So we're only doing 6 this year, and I'm sticking with the bigger shows. Not size specifically bigger, they're just bigger shows. The first half of the year, it kind of worked out. So the first 3 shows are all Comic-Cons. So that's a focus for my brain to stay. And then the last 3 shows are juried craft shows. And I like this because for me, when I get to a certain point, I'm just tired of making plushies. And previous reports showed that, especially at one of my shows, I did better before I got heavy into the plushies. So I think I want to not step back from plushies, but kind of refocus and introduce or reintroduce other items. I don't know what those items will be. We will find out as time goes on. There's Wednesday for you, playing on the sofa back there. She just got a dinosaur toy that's just as big as her. Anyway, so the shows that we are doing in 2026. The first one is the 4-State Comic-Con at Hagerstown Area Community College. This show I did last year, and with the same organizers, I did it in Harrisburg. Harrisburg was awful last year, so we are not doing it again. And Hagerstown was fine. Last year was my first year doing it, but this year, 2026, is their 10-year anniversary. So I want to be a part of it. I think it will be a nice event. Who knows? I just want to be part of it. So we're doing 4-State Comic-Con in Hagerstown in April. It's towards the end of April. And then our next show is so exciting. This is a big announcement. I'm so excited to share with you. We got accepted into the Fan Expo in Philly. This is a huge Comic-Con. It's not quite New York level. It's not New York level at all, but it's pretty big, and I'm excited. I have gotten rejected 2 years now, but their rejection it comes in the form of them returning your application fee with no notification or thank you, but no. I reached out to them after my money was returned to me this time, and I was like, hey, I really want to do this show. What can I do in the future to have a better chance? And the guy was like, submit another application and tell me when you do it, and I'll get you in this show. Say less. I immediately put in another application. I emailed him, and then I got the official invoice for it. So I'm in for the Fan Expo Philly in May. I'm so excited. So far, they have announced that the 4 hobbits from the Lord of the Rings are going to be there. So Elijah Wood, and all the rest. I'm blanking on their names. Billy Boyd, Sean Astin, and I forget the last one. I am so sorry, but I love all of them. That's going to be so exciting. Those are the only 4 guests that have been listed so far. More to come. Third show. I've done this show so many times. Sci-Fi Valley Con in Altoona, Pennsylvania. The spring show. First, I don't know if they're doing a fall show again. They've been sending out communications just with raises, like rent raises and costs and everything. They're not sure if they're going to continue the 2-show track, but they always do spring. Spring's the one that they always have. So we will be attending Sci-Fi Valley Con in June. So far, the cast of Twilight again is coming. That one will be exciting. That one always is good. We like sci-fi. Those are the cons. I don't think I am extending my con season. I think those 3 will be it. You never know with me. If an opportunity comes up and it seems like it will be a good one, I have very bad FOMO, so who knows? I could add a last minute show. We'll find out. So the final half of the year, Lidditz as usual. This is a big show. This is a juried show. I've done it 5 years now, maybe. I think I got accepted. I think my first year of acceptance was 2020 and COVID ruined that. So my first year doing it was 21. So I think I've done it for 5 years. Lidditz is huge. They advertise that there's 700 vendors and like tens of thousands of people who come in for the show. And that's pretty accurate. It's big. This show, I don't leave my booth area very much except to go to the bathroom and get lunch, which I get at the restaurant right behind us. basically as soon as you leave your tent, there's so many people. I like the comfort of my protected space behind my tables. But Lidditz is a good show. And like I said earlier, I'm going to introduce less plushies again. I honestly, if you have any idea what these things could be, I would love to hear your suggestions. So far, my only thoughts are my coffee cozies are a big hit, so I'm going to stick with them. I previously did market bags, but I didn't like them because I used the Bernat Maker home deck yarn, and the bags stretched a lot. But I think I'm going to do a different kind of market bag with cotton yarn, so there would be less flexibility. We'll see how that goes. I've already started one that I'm working on right now. I like it. We'll see how it holds up. That the main problem I had with the other ones was probably just the yarn and that it was too stretchy. And I thought that the home deck would have been more stable, but it wasn't. I have a lot of this yarn, so I would like to find something to do with it. That's another thing too. I have so much yarn. I would really like to work through it this year before buying yarn. I did just buy 39 skeins of Parfait Chunky, but that's specifically for projects that I'm doing for Philly Fan Expo, that I don't have, and I need it for certain projects. So hopefully that's the last yarn purchase I make for a while. I would really like to work through my stash. In my look through my stash, I found a lot of cotton, so that's why I think I want to bring the market bags into production for the non-con shows. We'll see how they go. Following Lidditz is Hummelstown in September. Lidditz is in August. Hummelstown is in September. This is another juried show. This one is one that I have not received an application yet. They might not come out until February. This one is the most annoying application. Maybe it'll change this year, but so far every single year they want it physically mailed, which is not a problem, but the problem comes with, even if you're a returning vendor, they want actual printed photos of items you make, and they want photos of you actually making the items. It's fine. I do it. I do what they ask. I submit my application. I get in. That's usually a pretty good show for us. It's a nice, it's always a nice day that we have there. I don't have much to say about it. Except last year I almost had a runaway octopus. It was fine. It was just a kid excited about it and wanted to show his parents. He wasn't like plotting to steal it, but it's a good show. We like it. I will continue going back there until I don't want to anymore. And then following that is the Chris Kindle Market in Linglestown, which was just our last show of the year. Always our best show. I love this show so much. It's just a German Christmas market. Don't have much to say about that one either, except these stinking Santa and elf hats. I'm gonna get sick of saying it. You all are gonna get sick of hearing me say it. I need to make 1 million of them. I never make enough. I always get multiple sales after the show, and like, it's no joke. It would sound to some people that it was a joke, as my sister and I were discussing it at the show, that essentially I needed to start making one a day starting the next day. It's not a joke. Like, if years continue to have the same result for these hats, I need to be making them nonstop. If this is the thing I go viral for, that would be amazing. These are an awesome product, but I haven't figured out the time management for making them yet. They're an easy make. The yarn, it eats up a lot of yarn pretty quickly. I should have tracked how many skeins I actually used to make all the ones I did. I think in the end, I made 22 for the show, and then they all sold, and then after the show, I sold 9 more. So I made 31. And I know that still wasn't enough because there were plenty of people who were bummed at the show that I had sold out. So yeah, we'll probably be talking about these stinking hats all year. Maybe I need to do check-ins to keep me accountable. Maybe make a certain number every month. I don't know, but I can't be waiting until October, November, December to start making them. It's got to be done soon. So that's the show schedule for 2026. 6 shows. I think if I were to add another show, I think I would want it to be a Christmas show. But like, not one at a school. I've said it before that I didn't want to do school shows anymore, and I keep breaking my word and going back. But I think I officially am done with schools and churches. But if there was a good opportunity for some kind of Christmas show, I would be into it. I have been really interested. There's a supposedly huge Christmas show at the Farm Show Complex in Harrisburg. I forget what it's called. I don't remember. It's some big Christmas thing in November, December. It might be early December, but it's long. It's like 5 days, I think. What has stopped me so far is that it's 5 days, and with my other shows, I don't know if I would be able to make the amount of product that I should have, for starters. That's number 1. Number 2 is the booth fee is... Previously, I've been saying it's very expensive, but it's probably reasonable for the space you get and for how the event is advertised. It's over $1,000, but that's for 5 days, and it's advertised as this huge thing. A problem I have heard, there's always gossip around the vendor community, but I've heard from some reliable sources that it's not as well attended as advertised, and lately it has become more of less of a maker, kind of show, and more of a, like, people who make banners, they're basically selling to the other vendors in the show, not to the people coming. I forget what that's called, but I've heard vendors pack up and leave like before the last day, so 2 or 3 days before. People are not, in 5 days, are not making back their space fee. It's just a whole bunch of negative things I hear about it. Plus I'd have to take off work. I think it starts on, I think it's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's either Wednesday to Sunday or Thursday to Sunday, but it's several days. So this year for sure we're not doing it, but I keep keeping my eye on potentially doing it. All right, so that is the schedule for 2026. Now for the rest of the year. Here's what's happening. Starting this weekend, Sunday, I haven't changed the calendar yet, January 4th, at Snake and Skein, my favorite local yarn shop, I, along with another crocheter, will be teaching a 9-month class called Granny Camp. She and I each have the deck of cards, and each card is a different style of granny square. So we sorted through it. We picked a couple patterns. So for 9 months, you can choose to do the entire stretch. You can choose to do certain months. But each month, the first Sunday of every month, you will learn 3 patterns. We have a total of 24 patterns. Each class you will learn 3, go home and make a duplicate of the 3, so you'll have 6 squares. By month 9 you'll have 48 squares, and in month 9 we will join them all together to make a great big blanket, which sounds fun. It starts this Sunday, like I said. We have our squares picked out. We have the series, like which 3 we'll be doing each month. I'm excited to see how that goes. I need to figure out what colors I want to make mine. I think I'm just going to go through my scraps. I need to figure that out. But I need to leave early for the very first class because Sunday is also a Bears game at 3 o'clock. Classes from 1 to 3. Lauren so nicely agreed to let me go a little early. Sundays, I wouldn't care if it was just a normal game, but Sunday is the Bears teddy bear toss game, and they shatter records every year for how many teddy bears are tossed onto the ice after the first goal. As is tradition for me, I will be throwing one of my emotional support pickles onto the ice. Do I want to bring anything else? I don't know. I joked with my sister that I should bring the huge whale that I made. And she she said, do you really want to take somebody out with this thing? Weighs a lot. She said, do you really want to take someone out with it? And I said, yes, that would actually be really fun and entertaining. I will not bring the whale, but it was fun to think about for a minute. But I will be bringing a pickle, for sure, a pickle. So I'll be leaving the first class early. But I have 8 more months after this weekend. That's what's going on. Back to Snake and Skein. January, starting today, they are hosting a sweater make-along. So on January 1st, you can cast on to start making a sweater, and you have until January 31st to finish it. And if you finish it and you do all their tagging and stuff, you are entered to win a gift card to the store, which is exciting. So this is the pattern that I'm making. It is by Heart Hook Home. It is the Block Party Office Cardie. It took me a long time to decide on this because it is still winter and I wanted like a nice cozy sweater, but I could not decide on a thing. And there was one that I really wanted to do, but it called for a size 3 yarn and I don't have any. I have so much plush yarn. It just wasn't happening. In October, Fiber MacGyver, a yarn dyer in Michigan or Wisconsin, I'm so sorry, I don't know, on her way home from Rhinebeck, she swung by Snake and Skein for a trunk show the day before my birthday, and for some reason that cardigan was on my mind, and I bought a sweater's quantity worth during the trunk show. So this is the color. It is called Celestial, which, yes, please. Very pretty blue. I started it this morning and I've got 8 rows done. So I think for the month of January, every week when I post here for you guys, I will provide an update on where I am on the sweater, and we'll hopefully have a finished product at the end. So that's going on at Snake and Skein. Back to Fan Expo Philly. Because of the Hobbits coming, we're trying to figure out how to attract people to our table, get more followers. I don't really remember the reason why we're doing this, but I decided it was originally going to be a raffle, but it might be a sweepstakes now just because of legal mumbo jumbo. But I found this pattern. It is a Hobbit mosaic crochet blanket. And since after that Halloween blanket, I am hooked on mosaic crochet again, I'm taking a stab at it. And this will be another weekly progress update I will provide you guys. I am timing myself as I'm making it just to get an idea of how much we could charge for it, because I think at Hagerstown is right before Philly. I think we are going to offer it at Hagerstown for a cost, and if it doesn't sell, it'll come to Philly and it'll be run as a sweepstakes. This is where I'm so far. This is 15 rows, 3 days, 15 rows. Nope, 25 rows. So for 2 days I did 10 rows, and those each took like 2 hours and 15 minutes. And then last night I should have spent more time on working on this, but I only decided to do 5 rows. So this is the boring part, because it's just the path that he's on. It'll start getting more exciting really soon. So that's where I'm at with this project. The goal is to take it to Philly, but if we sold it at Hagerstown, I would not complain about that. But it will probably go for a hefty price, just being honest. All right, let's see what we want to do for the channel this year. If there's anything that you guys want to see, please let me know. I will continue with prep videos, and like the behind the scenes at shows and recaps. Maybe I'll figure out how to do a little more with that. Off the top of my head right now, I don't know what that would be, but we'll see what happens. I think I'm going to do some what I made this week videos. So basically I'd work from Saturday to Saturday, and then on Sunday just summarize basically what I made in a week in preparation for all these shows. So I think you'll notice that it will change very drastically from the beginning of the year to the end of the year. It will be more plushy heavy to start, and then I think more like wearables and winter accessories in the beginning. But I think that'll be a fun little adventure. And let's see how much of the yarn I already have that we can go through for these projects. Maybe I'll do some videos again on individual projects like I did for the sweater and the blankets. Maybe we will do some of those again. I don't know what all I'm making this year. I would love to make a Christmas mosaic blanket, but I do have a handful of whips that I think I should probably finish before I consider doing a Christmas blanket. Could have said that for all the Christmas blankets I made a couple weeks ago. But I'm going to show you two of the whips that are my favorite that I'm very mad that I haven't finished yet. Maybe this will be motivation to finally pick them up again. It's been years since I've touched these, which kind of makes me nervous. Part of me just wants to say screw it and move on, either start it again or just be done with it, like toss it and make something else with the yarn. But Crochet.com is a website that I have an affiliate link to, so I will put my code. You can get 15% off your whole order in the description below. They used to, oh, I loved it. They used to produce like a magazine. I think they had like 10 issues. I have all the issues, physical issues. You can still buy. I got them as they were released. They have stopped doing them, but I think you can still buy previous issues. But there's a ton of free patterns in them. This is where I found this blanket. This is a cotton blanket. See the pattern in it? I love this color too. This is Hobby Lobby. I love this cotton. There's so much fiber flying around right now. But I was so excited for this blanket and I just never finished it. I remember when I started working on it that I would do it like before I went to bed every night. So maybe I'll have to do something like that. I don't know. First of all, I have to find out. Oops, I just lost a stitch and I have no idea what it was. Maybe a single crochet. I'll just leave it for now. Find where I am in the pattern, and then I don't know what I'm saying anymore. I'm so tired. This would be such a good one to finish. I love this so much. This is a nice, like, summery blanket. It's not heavy. You can just chill under it on the sofa when it's hot out. I love it so much. I need to finish it. Need to finish it. I also mostly want to finish these blankets so I can have these bags back. I really like these bags, but they're occupied right now. I have the project and all of the yarn for it. So that's my little Jeepy bag. And then back to mosaic crochet. Since I am so obsessed with it, this one's a big one. I think this pattern was from Marley Bird. See, I'd have to find it. I don't need this one. I don't have an actual pattern for. a physical pattern for. I think I was using someone's blog, and I think it was Marley Bird. I think I've seen it on her pages before, but I love this. It has a very retro pattern. The yarn is from the Hook Nook. Whoa. Mean Squeeze. She went out of business with her crochet stuff. She is now a tattoo artist. Her name's also Jessica. Just want to point that out. But I love this yarn. It's so soft, and I love the retro vibes of this. I really need to finish this. But this is the other kind of mosaic crochet. The Hobbit blanket and the Christmas blanket that I did is overlay mosaic, where each row, like, you start and stop, and then the next row you start and stop of each color, like it alternates colors. This one, you go back and forth for each color, so it's 2 rows per color. I don't know what that's called, but that's the other kind of mosaic crochet. I need to remember how to do that, and I also need to find the pattern. But those are 2 whips that I would really like to get back into and finish, if possible, this year. They are selfish. They're for myself. I don't want to give either of them up. But I would really like for them to be finished. That would also get rid of a lot of yarn. Some personal goals that I have for myself for 2026. I want to focus, I've said this before and it didn't happen, but on self-care. I'm constantly in this position, crocheting all day, every day. And I've been hoarding gift cards to the Hershey Spa for a while now, from birthdays and Christmases. I think I finally not just want, but need to cash those in and just take a day at the spa. I don't even know what I would do. I have never treated myself to anything at a spa. I've never had a massage, anything. So I think I need help scheduling a day at the spa. But that's, I need to do that, because I catch myself at certain points of the year just totally burnt out. I don't want to look at yarn. I just don't want to touch it. I'm tired of making things. So if I can start the year with that, I might be making an appointment pretty soon. I would love to take a vacation this year. There's potential for going to Orlando with Dave's family on one of their many trips down there. We'll see. I don't know. I would love to go to a national park somewhere. I would love to go to Yellowstone. Even just in Pennsylvania, I would love to see the Pennsylvania Grand Canyon. But I need a vacation from my 9-to-5 job and from crocheting. I just need to get away and just chill for a bit. Something I want to introduce to the business this year is Tunisian crochet items. Dave got me a beautiful set of interchangeable Tunisian crochet hooks for Christmas by Tony of TL Yarn Crafts. She partnered with Hobie. She created a beautiful aluminum interchangeable Tunisian hook set. So I'm excited to use them and make some things. I don't know what, but hopefully things that I can introduce to the product lineup. So that's the plan as it stands for 2026. What are your plans? What are you gonna do? Do you set resolutions? Is that the right word? I don't. I mean, I do when people ask me, but I never stick to them. And I never take them seriously, which is bad, but I change my mind so often, and I'm always doing something different. So let's make it a good year. Let us do well in our businesses, in our lives, in our relationships. I'm excited to see what's going to happen in 2026. I think being focused on the lesser amount of shows is going to be beneficial health-wise, and just in general for me. So yeah, I'm very excited, and I'm very excited to bring you on the journey with me. Just let you see what's going on, and we are in this together, and let's have fun. Let's make it a fun and happy new year. Do all the things, like and subscribe. Thank you so much for tuning in and listening to me talk for however long this has been going on now. I really appreciate you, and I will see you next time. Bye.